about the truth is that it requires no embellishment. The unfortunate thing, or maybe the fortunate thing about lies, is that they are always short-lived. They are the proverbial abiku. That is what lies actually are. I remember sitting in your studio a couple of years ago, and I recall telling you at the time that if the Lagos state government would dare to allow the panel to do its work, it would be stripped naked in daylight. That there are more than sufficient evidences in the public space that will render it impossible for them to get away with the lies that they were busy concocting. Let me be clear. I hold the press responsible for the capacity of the Nigerian state to tell these nauseating lies and get away with them. Because, doctor, the report of the panel, which is different from the white paper, the report of the panel was emphatic in concluding that there was a massacre at Lekki toll gate. We are not dealing with the paucity of evidence. We are dealing with the readiness of human beings to collaborate with evil, to acculturate evil, and to normalize, explain it. It's no longer about whether it happened or it did not happen. DJ Switch, God bless her soul, at risk to her life, she had a live Instagram feed. That is not a recording that was posted, a live feed. I saw victims, people with bullet wounds. I, in conjunction with many others, dealt with victims. The same Lagos state government that has continued to deny what is slapping it in the face is even paining me that my dear friend, Mr. Omotosho, is not available to come and help them amplify these lies again. They will continue to lie about what... Look, let's deal with the facts as we know them right now. The panel was emphatic. There was a massacre. That one, let them stop all that gaslighting and obfuscating. So if you say these 103 people were not the ones that were picked up from the toll gate, if human life truly matters in our country, where were these ones picked up? Exactly where? The entire purpose of the coroner's law is so that you have accountability for even for the dead.
No, a list is
provided. But when the state is the one actively seeking to cover the truth.
A list is provided. A list of places where some of those bodies were picked up, you know, is provided or was provided.
Doctor,
including Ikoyi
the Lagos state government will prefer. That is a blatant, horrible, easily verifiable lie. People can go and look, doctor, the Lagos state government will prefer that we are having this back and forth about the nitty-gritty of the facts, but the facts are not in dispute. The same Sanwo-Olu and co who are busy denying what took place, they paid cash. They paid cash to victims. The lawyers who actually appeared in court, Babashino Ogunlana, Ayo Ademiluyi, they will tell you as a fact that victims that were represented by them, numbering over 20, at least those who survived with wounds, they were paid in cash, millions in cash. Baba Ogunlana Ademiluyi had to refuse to accept what was offered to them. So when they come out and they start telling these lies, I'm not speaking out of hatred for anybody, but I refuse on behalf of those who have died, as long as you have a mic in front of me, I refuse to help them normalize the lies they are telling. But to even now deal with something that everybody appears to be forgetting. Not only have you denied the humanity of these persons by denying that they were killed, 103 people are going to be given mass burial. Yeah, I was explaining that beyond the inanities that they will prefer that we focus on, it is critical that we look even at the document itself. You want to bury 103 human beings whose humanity you have denied, who are not in any way, shape, or form acknowledged as beings. but you have voted 61 million naira. So on each one of them, you are telling us you want to bury each one of them for 500,000. Even in burying the evidence of your complicities, you have to inflate the cost of their burial. They mean nothing. And those who are busy defending them and who want us to be having this insane discussion about whether it happened or it did not happen, because it happened. Let us just focus on making sure things like this do not happen in our country again. We can't normalize this by sweeping it under the carpet. That is the entire purpose of making sure that this is not swept under the carpet. It cannot and must not be allowed to be swept under the carpet. These are some people's children. These are some other persons, maybe fathers, mothers. We don't even have the benefit of knowing who they are. This was the same thing that happened in 1993 when Abacha was taking over this country. People were slaughtered and buried in unmarked graves all over the place. The same thing is what has happened in broad daylight in front of all of us, and they are putting it in front of us in broad daylight, and they are still denying it in spite of all of the evidences. What we saw, what was leaked, it was one of their own who leaked it. If they had had the opportunity to deny it completely, they would have denied it. But this has been brought to light because you cannot bury the